Hey everybody, we recently announced new firmware for the James Tyler Variax, which is version 1.80. And in this video, I want to take you through all the new stuff. So you have 5 brand new, super high quality acoustic guitar models and a host of new control options. So you now have the ability to lock out the local control of the Variax from the knobs and the switch on board the guitar. So if you'd like, the Variax will completely ignore any commands sent from the knob or the switches, so that no matter what you're doing when you're using both magnetics and the Variax at the same time, you can't screw up your Variax sounds, which is really helpful. You have the ability to determine whether the control coming from a Pod HD is happening on a preset basis or a global basis. You have the ability to use the volume and the tone knob as continuous controllers for parameter data inside a Pod HD, which is cool. I'll show you how that works. And finally, you have the ability now to create custom tunings inside the Pod HD and recall them on a preset by preset basis. You don't have to use Workbench. You don't have to use Virtual Capo, nothing. You literally set them up inside the Pod HD, and now you have over 500 tunings available to you inside of a Pod HD at once. So it's pretty cool. So let's show you how to set it up. Let's show you all the new options. Let's listen to all the new models. And from there, I think you'll get a good idea of what's going on. It's pretty cool. So stick around. All right, so if you want to start looking at the new Variax-centric menu items in a Pod HD, you just hold down the View button for a few seconds until you get to Preferences, and then just scroll down. So you can see that for one, Variax 1 and 2 has been renamed to Variax and Variax Mags. It's a labeling change, but it really makes all the difference in the world because I could never remember which channel mags were. Thank you. A little further down, now you can choose whether or not the Variax listens to the Pod HD in a global sense or a preset sense. In a global sense, it's not going to allow you to make changes on a preset by preset basis. However, if you go to preset, now you get all sorts of cool stuff. It means you can recall a specific Variax model in a preset. It also means you can tell the Variax not to listen to certain controls on the face of the guitar. So you can tell it, look, if someone turns the volume knob, I don't care, don't listen. Someone does the same thing to the tone, or any of the controls, don't listen and just pull up the model that I tell you to do, which is pretty cool. Now, you also have the ability to create a custom tuning right on the HD500 now. So here's my standard tuning right now. And if I just want to create a quick little faux hedges thing for a couple strings, and now I have a faux little. Now remember, you can do that on a preset by preset basis, so you have 512 tunings possible inside a Pod HD 500 now. If you count the fact that you can also recall a new model at the same time, and if you have a DT25 or DT50 connected, change the amp and the feedback topology, you're talking about changing the world for a live guy. All right, so let's play through these acoustics. We're going to go in order from position 1 to position 5. Occasionally close your eyes, because it's a little trippy to see an electric guitar make acoustic sounds this realistic. In all likelihood, these sounds might sound better live through a PA than a real acoustic and a piezo pickup. Check it out. All right, so let's assign some parameters from the HD500 to the tone knob on the Variax using the new functionality. So you can see that I have the plexi model selected there with the arrow. So all I have to do is double tap the move button and I get the assign page for that effects block. And now all I have to do is move the second knob until it says Variax tone. And now the tone knob on the guitar is controlling the drive control on the plexi amp. When the knob on the guitar is all the way up, the drive control on the amp is at 100%. When the knob on the guitar is turned all the way off, the drive control goes to 25%, but not 0. So I'm limiting the movement of the knob. Now, when I use this guitar with this model and then turn the drive all the way up, it gets a little crispy. So what I'd like to do is tie the treble and presence to the same knob on the guitar and have them turn down when I turn up the drive. That's easy to do. Just scroll down to treble and presence, and you can see that they're already tied to the tone knob, but the behavior is backwards. So now when the knob on the guitar is at 100%, the presence on the amp turns down to 24%. And when the knob on the guitar is turned all the way off, the presence jumps up to 60. So it's moving backwards from the way the drive works. If you want to see what that looks like, you can double tap the enter button and see the knobs of the amp. Now as I move the knob on the guitar, you can see the drive, treble, and presence knobs moving at the same time. Knob goes up on the guitar, drive goes up, treble and presence down. Turn the knob on the guitar down and they move inversely. So think about all the great stuff you could tie to this knob, whether it's reverb level or delay level or distortion level, all sorts of stuff. Now it goes without saying that if you're doing this kind of control for the pod, you probably don't want the Variax to be listening to that control at all on the guitar when you move it. So if you hold the view button for a few seconds, you get to preferences and now you can lock out the tone knob on the guitar. So you're saying, Mr. Variax sound, please don't listen when I move the tone knob now. Thank you. So let's hear what this sound sounds like when I play it and move the knob back and forth. So that should give you sort of a state of the union of current James Tyler Variax behavior. If you're a JTV owner, the 1.80 software will be free for you, so just keep checking line6.com for its availability. If you haven't had a chance to play a JTV yet, I encourage you to go to a store and check one out. There's 3 different body styles, 3 different neck shapes, sort of 3 different vibes, and I'm sure you'll probably be able to find one that'll fit your needs. So thank you guys very much for taking the time to check this out, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.